Hey everyone, this is Sebi from Valorant Central. Welcome back to another video on the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the XP problem in Valorant. This includes why you aren't gaining enough XP, as well as why it's extremely difficult to level up the Battle Pass, as well as the various agent contracts in the game. We'll be looking at some studies done by Valorant players to show you just how much you would have to play in order to level up and unlock these things, and as well as look at some solutions to how they can make these more achievable for the average casual player. Before we get into all of that, be sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Valorant. We post videos like this nearly every day covering everything you need to know about the game. Also, drop this video a like if you did find it informative and helpful, as we really appreciate it. So the first important thing to note is the amount of XP you gain from a game of Valorant. So in a regular unrated game, you earn 100 XP for every round you play and 200 XP for every round win. So let's say our team wins 13-8 for example. That would mean you get 100 XP times the 21 rounds, so 2100 XP from that, and 13 times the 200 XP for every win, which is 2600, for a total of 4700 XP for that one game. So on average, this is the amount of XP you could expect to get, just under 5k for one game. Now when it comes to Spike Rush, the newly added game mode, you get 1000 XP per game no matter if you win or lose. Now the problem with these numbers is that the amount of XP you received versus the amount needed to rank up through contracts and the Battle Pass are very different. So for example, Reddit user Ghibli Abers did a study of the length it would take to level up the Battle Pass, and this is what they found. So their study is very in-depth, and they looked at the amount of tiers you need to complete, the average score in a game, the bonus XP you get when completing challenges, and many more. I will link it in the description for those of you who would like to check all of that out. But essentially, they determined that you need to play 138 hours to complete the Battle Pass without purchasing any tiers. Now, although this may not seem like a lot, it actually kind of is. And the reason for this is the time frame which you have to complete this. So another Reddit user, Mango Leaks, found the season dates in the game files and discovered that this first Battle Pass would end August 4th. So that means in the 2 months that this Battle Pass is out, from when the game was released to August 4th, you would need to play 138 hours. Now to save you some time, I've worked out the math, and that comes out to approximately 2.5 hours of playtime per day. This is equivalent to about 4 to 5 unrated matches every single day, and although this doesn't seem like a whole lot, keep in mind that many people aren't able to play every single day. So if you were to miss a day because you were busy, for example, that means that the next day you have to play 10 to 8 games just to stay on track to complete the Battle Pass. Now in my opinion, this is ridiculous. It's somewhat unreasonable, because for the average player, this is going to be very hard to complete the whole Battle Pass just by playing the game. This is especially ridiculous considering that the Battle Pass doesn't even pay for itself. So what I mean by this is that in other games with Battle Passes such as Fortnite and COD, once you purchase the Battle Pass, you would accumulate enough tokens while completing it to purchase the next one. This meant that once you bought one Battle Pass, you could continuously buy the next Battle Pass for free, which was a great deal. Valorant Battle Pass, on the other hand, are not like this, as you do not earn more Valorant tokens to purchase the next one. And the reason I don't like this is that if this was the plan all along, they could at least make it easier for people to complete the Battle Pass, since they're just going to have to buy the next one come the next season. Now keep in mind, this whole completion of the Battle Pass, in my opinion, isn't even the worst of it. We haven't even yet to discuss the agent contracts in the game either. So by the agent contracts, I mean the contracts you complete for the specific agents, which give you different cosmetics tailored towards that agent, such as sprays, skins, etc. So currently I'm working on the Omen contract, as I would like to get the Ghost skin on his 10th tier. So some of the tiers, however, require enormous amounts of XP just to level them up. And I'm talking around somewhere close to 200,000 XP for one tier. If you consider this much XP along with how much you would get per game, that would approximately be anywhere from 20 to 40 games, and that is including the completion of some challenges. In my opinion, that's a bit crazy that just one agent contract tier, you would need to play that much in order to complete it, and it's actually somewhat unrealistic and discouraging for the average casual Valorant player. Now what was interesting to see is that some players have decided to try and combat this by making their own games go by more quickly. Reddit user Skur posted this clip in Spike Rush where the enemy team continuously used Brimstone and Phoenix to kill their team so the rounds would end quick. Since in Spike Rush you are receiving 1000 XP even if you win or lose, the faster the game is, the more XP you can get over time, so in a sense it's kind of smart. It is unfortunate though that some players have decided to succumb to these measures in order to get more XP. as they feel as though it will make completing the Battle Pass and contracts more attainable. Now, since the game has come to this, I do feel like that Riot Games definitely has to make some changes since people are trying to do this. For those players on the other team who are actually trying to play a real game, it is frustrating that the other team is just killing themselves. Now, yes, they could just ban these players for griefing because technically you're not allowed to be killing your own team. But personally, what I think should be done, and is the better option, is just making XP more attainable. I think if players even feel like this has to be an option for them to do, then there definitely is an XP problem, so they should make changes to account for that. Now, some changes that I believe could work to make the XP more attainable is, first, what you could do is double the amount of XP you get in unrated matches. Instead of 100 XP per round played and 200 XP per round won, make it 200 and 400 so you would get closer to 10,000 XP per game. Another thing that could be done is double XP weekends. So many games have implemented this in their past, where on specific set weekends they have double XP for everyone. This would not only help people level up contracts and battle passes, but also bring in a lot more players to the game. Now, if you don't want to have double XP weekends, they could add double XP tokens like Call of Duty has. Imagine if you had one double XP token per day if you completed their daily missions. Once this token is attained, it could be applied to one game you play where you can have double XP for that one game. This would encourage players to come back every day to receive their token and would build an active returning player base. On top of that, even having a larger set of challenges that players could complete throughout the season would work. Similar to how Fortnite has done theirs, where a new set of challenges will unlock every single week so that players always have stuff to work on and get more XP to level up the contracts and Battle Pass. Now, the last thing that could be done, and this would just make things a lot simpler and easier, is they could just lower the required XP for some of the tiers or levels. Now, yes, the cosmetics aren't the most important aspect of Valorant, but at the end of the day, it is fun for players to unlock new cool skins and sprays and be able to use them. Players would be much more satisfied at being able to unlock these cosmetics with a bit of effort than not unlock them at all. Now, I'm not saying you should make everything super easy to unlock, as this defeats the purpose of having challenges and tiers. I do think, though, that they need to make it more attainable, especially for those players who do not have a lot of time to play every single day. Now, let me know your opinion on this XP problem Valorant is currently facing. Do you think the way it is structured is good, or do you think there are some changes that need to be made? Also, let me know what you think could be done to fix these problems if you think there are problems currently with it. And leave a comment down below with all of that. Remember to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all things Valorant, and drop this video a like if you did find it informative and helpful. That's about it for this video, and thanks for watching.